What's going on, guys? Welcome along to the 7th and final episode of Back to Basics. Today is going to be slow speed cornering. As you can see, I do have some cones set up behind me, so we're going to be doing some cone work and then doing some U-turns as well. Well, let's get into it. Whether you have just passed your CBT and you want to get some more experience ready for your big test, or you're coming back from a break, I think skills like this is just going to help on everyday riding. To be honest, it doesn't matter whether you're an inexperienced rider or an experienced rider. We can all benefit from doing some low-level skills every now and then. I'm going to start off and I'm going to go to the right-hand side of the cone. I'm going to take it nice and easy, just having the bike on tick over, and if I need, just the tiniest amount of throttle. For this first section, I'm going to go wider than is needed, and at the end, as we progress and get a little bit more comfortable with going around the cones, we'll go a little bit tighter and we'll show how easily the cones can be mastered. I'm off the clutch, nice and steady. Make sure you're easily missing the cones, we don't want to clip any. Get ourselves turned around. Start again, going on the right hand side. As we're going around the cones, nice and gentle. As you notice, I am having to move the handlebars slightly, and that's okay. It's all about getting comfortable with the bike and doing these skills. Now I'm going to go to the left hand side, just so I don't get muscle memory too much on the right. A little bit of throttle if you need. Easy. Try and keep your weight central of the bike. Don't lean over one side as you're going around the cones, because that's going to make the bike want us to do different things. Keeping that weight nice and central, nice relaxed riding position. Just keep looking ahead, look where you want to go. Easiest thing with the bikes is what you look at is what you're going to hit. And cones, honestly, are as easy and simple as that. It's just about getting that rhythm and just finding your nice balance points as you're going around the cones. Now we'll do a little bit quicker, and then afterwards we'll make the cones a little bit shorter as well. A little bit quicker. This time I'm on the throttle. I'm not going as wide around the cones. And with this one, I'm using my weight to kind of let the bike kind of drop a little bit as I'm going either side. If you are practicing this in an empty car park like I am with your own cones, nice big gaps, and then as you build your confidence, make them smaller. And if you clip a cone, it's okay, we all make mistakes sometimes, and it just shows how easy this skill is to get a grips with. Steady throttle now, and I'm just weaving past the cones. What would a skill like this be for? Imagine you're going through towns and people are popping out and you just need to go past them. Someone's opened a door on a parked car, anything like that. It's just getting comfortable to dipping the hips slightly and moving yourself and the bike out of the way safely. I'll move the cones a little bit closer now, and it's exactly the same. Getting comfortable, steady throttle, central weight, and then if you need to, you can just drop the hips either side. Right hip, left hip, right hip, left hip, right hip. And that weight transferring of your hip is just what helps the bike go around. We've now practiced our cone work, we're getting comfortable, we're relaxing into the bike, and we're getting used to the bike and how it handles. So now let's look at the U-turns. So we are going to use this road here, curb on our left, curb on our right, and that's the parameter we're going to be working with. To start with, we're going to be keeping our body weight central on the seat, and then afterwards we're going to change to an outside seated position. The first thing we're going to do on our central seating position is do a stationary U-turn, and then after we've done a few stationary ones left and right, got to practice both sides, we'll then go into a slow moving U-turn. Doing your shoulder checks and your mirror checks is always good. It's always good practice. Remember what I said with the cones, wherever you look at is what you're going to hit. So I'm looking over, And there you go, I've got the bike on full lock. And as you can tell, we are a good couple of feet away from the curb on the left hand side. Just backing it up, backing it up, back. Doing again then, checking right hand shoulder. And there you go, so I'm just letting the bike do the work and then keeping control with the clutch, just so I don't get too fast or too slow. Full lock, look where you want to go, nice and steady, control the clutch, control the speed, easy. One more stationary. And then clutch in, gently apply the brake. So we've done a few stationary with our weight in the centre of the bike, and now we're going to do a few stationary starts, should we say, with our bum just onto the outside of the turn. We're going to turn to the left, so that means my weight is going to be on the right hand side of the seat. So I've moved over, full lock, look left, easy. Same again, mirrors, shoulder, full lock, weight's on the right hand side of the seat. This time though, because I'm going to go right, my weight's going to be on the left hand side slightly, not too much. Look where you want to go, get the lock on, control the clutch, perfect. And the reason I move my weight onto the outside, and I prefer doing this when I do U-turns, is so when the bike is turning and it's on the inside, obviously all the weight of the bike is coming onto the inside of the turn, and your weight on the outside just kind of balances it out a little bit more. Whereas if you stay central or you accidentally lean on the inside, you are more likely to drop it in and potentially fall over. And then going back to the cones, you can then incorporate this when you finished your cone line at the end, do a figure of 8 or do a U-turn to then get yourself back in the line for the cones again. Especially if you get a new bike, let's practice this. Is the clutch in the right position? So when you let it go completely like this, the bike ticks over nicely on flat ground. So we're going 7 miles an hour, fast enough for us to move, faster enough for us not to stall, which is more important. So if you get a new bike with more weight, then it's definitely something to practice. Make sure you've mastered before worrying about it on the road. If you've enjoyed this video or found any of the tips throughout the 7 episode on the Back to Basics series, please make sure you like this video. More importantly, subscribe to the channel. If there is any skills you'd like us to film, record, to try and teach either yourself or other people, comment below, let me know what they are. Remember, this is just a Back to Basics series. This is for beginners or those that have been away from the sport for a long period of time and come back to it. If you would like to learn how to wheelie, I have done a video on that, so check that video out here. And if not, till the next one, ride safe. No. So what happens when you're lazy? Woo. Woo.
To do you
want to get rid of that bogey?
want to... Right, not with your fucking big gloves on.